I swear I'm not stressed out. I just pretty near finished recording a video. I was only up to about 9 minutes. And I was just finishing up, probably had about a minute left, and my phone just fucking shut off. And granted, it did need an update. I update my phone very regularly, but apparently it needed a new Android update. But yeah, so cool. What I was talking about was just this anyway, just being stressed. Also, I was gonna wear a wig. Like, I love wearing wigs. I love the idea of like doing something totally different, and this is what you get. It is what it is today. I full on did my makeup, so I'm happy about that, because that's something that at least gives me a little bit of a perk up, you know, daily, to make me feel like just a little bit better about myself, you know, that I've done something. Or not that I need to look a certain way. Typically don't even leave the apartment to do it. I mean, I walk my dog regularly, but other than that, it's just to, you know, because I like it. I like the art of doing makeup and different looks, and I like the fun that different wigs, colors, and styles do, that they bring to you. But I couldn't do it today, and dragging myself to on here to do this video was really hard, because I've been having just like panic attack after panic attack. Just it's not just like one constant one, which that's great. I mean, there's been times where I felt like I was having a panic attack for over an hour, and it was just really excessive. But today it's been kind of like since, I'd say, around noon or just before noon, and I'll just be panic attack, just like so anxious that I'll have to get up and pace around, or I'll go like stand outside. Nothing seems to be really helping. And I don't know, like I've been doing my DBT skills as well, for those of you who understand what borderline personality disorder is, and have maybe heard about or taken dialectical behavioral therapy. Dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, much easier. I have borderline, and I have done extensive DBT therapy in the past. And so I've been working on my skills when I really feel like I need to, which was today. I was doing deep breathing and counting it. I was trying to label my thoughts exactly that they're thoughts. They're not really something that I'm going through or that's going to happen to me. What else? I did accepts, which is your skills of just distracting, things to do to distract, things that you enjoy, but you don't want to do it to the point where, I mean, they tell you in therapy, your therapist will say, you know, you don't, if you like video games, you don't want to do it to the point where you're getting completely lost in it, because then that's like almost deflecting from your problems rather than just distracting your mind temporarily. And I spent many of my years doing just that, just keeping busy, go, like working multiple jobs, playing on multiple sports teams, playing video games, doing all kinds of shit, going out and partying, dancing, whatever, just like being around people and keeping my mind and my body busy, so that I didn't have to sit with my thoughts. And it's not even that I meant to like sweep them under the rug or push them aside. It's like they just stayed so far fucking back there, like locked away, like in a safe, and like in a fucking dome in a cave. And there was like a cave in, and then there's like ice, then like a fucking avalanche, electric fence, maybe some barbed wire, and a fucking abominable snowman. Like that's like where my thoughts are. Ooh, hello. So like, if you want to go on a fucking escapade, which I never do, I'm just like, no, fuck this. So when I was in therapy, when I started really heavily into DBT and was getting kind of to the meat and potatoes of it, and realizing, holy shit, like living with borderline is hard. Like, it sucks. At the time I was like, this fucking sucks. You know what? It does. I'd rather not have to live with it. But you know, here we are. Here we are. And when I got to the meat and potatoes of it all, I was like, this is a lot of fucking work. Like, I can't coast. I can't put my issues aside or behind me. I can't run from problems. I can't avoid situations that make me uncomfortable just because they make me uncomfortable. It got to the point where all the things that I was like, no, like, bye, I had to start almost welcoming, not saying yes, like this is a good thing. Obviously, you don't want to welcome negative things into your life, or, you know, like, or shitty people, or you take a job and stay in a job that you either feel like you're just stuck in, or you get treated unfairly, your boss is a dick, your coworkers suck, it's dangerous, whatever it may be. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of the things that I had, like, I guess irrational fears about, which I can't think of off the top of my head to even give you a fucking example, but I'm sure we all have them. We all have them. Like that people that maybe don't like flying and they've never flied in their fucking life. It's an irrational fear. It is. Maybe you'll disagree with me. Maybe you're not liking what you're hearing. It's an irrational fear if you fear something that you have not yet experienced. Unless, of course, you have a loved one, say, like your significant other, your best friend, your family member, like a brother, sister, mother, father, grandma, grandpa, has like been in a serious accident that you find that you're like tightly connected to, then I can understand. But otherwise, it's an irrational fear. It's an irrational fear to be afraid of heights if you've never fallen from any heights, you know? And maybe it might seem like a stretch, but that's like just an example from me anyway. So it's easy to have irrational fears when you know, okay, so getting the vaccines, I was like, no, for like the longest time, because I have an insane phobia of needle injections. Insane. Got piercings, I got tattoos, and as of a couple of years ago, I could actually get my blood taken and watch it now, but I still do this like thing where they'll be like, and they're like, let go, and I'm like, no, I can't, and they're like, no, like, oh, like I can't, and they're like, you need to release pressure, and then like the nurse almost always has to like move my hand, because that's just like a thing I do as soon as I go in, because I'm like, sorry, my arm would be like this, and I'm just like, I used to panic, like full panic attack. So these things are easier. I can get piercings and stuff because they're like either going straight through or they're not injecting something below a surface level. When it comes to injections, needle injections, I have complete fucking self-destruct meltdowns where I'm like shaking, hyperventilating, I can stop breathing, I scream, I cry, I freeze. Like my body fucking shuts down. Just fucking, it goes into overdrive, and then it's like, no, and then it fucking shuts down. And after, then I'm usually fine, you know, like my mind kind of processes what's happened and how I feel about having an injection. And it was really hard for me to think about that, but I was like, you know, and this isn't a debate. I'm not putting anything up for debate right now. I am not anti-vax. I am not pro-vax. I'm not anti or pro-mask or any of that shit. I just want to say that right now. I hate this fucking divide that's going on in the world, and shit going on in Canada is not making me proud. It's disgusting. And this divided racism, prejudice, fucking bullshit, this political propaganda, conspiracies and shit, this stuff needs to fucking go. It needs to go. And believe what you want, but this is not an open discussion. I don't want to see anything down there that's like, go to vax. I don't care. Do you, and I'll do me. Like, at the end of the day, I'm doing what I think is okay for me, what's best for me, and what's best for my family and what we believe in. And you're doing what's best for you and your loved ones, what you believe in, what you think is good for your body, what you think is good for your mind and your lifestyle, okay? So it's not up for debate. That's never going to be up for debate. I don't ever want to get too political on here, because it's just, it always leads to kind of bad times. Like I'm for debating. I will happily have a healthy debate, but this arguing, name calling, pointing fingers, saying, fuck you if you believe this, or not listening to someone's point of view just because they're different, not okay on my channel. Not okay. And I hope I've made that very, very clear, and that I won't have to do that too many times in the future. So back to what I was saying, if I can bring my ADHD back in here. Whoop. So I had to psych myself up to do this, like very hard. I also bailed on a couple appointments. Like one was just like I had planned to do it and then I never, and then another one I actually booked. And then that morning I was like, I can't. I'm fucking sick. I was so sick. I was nauseous. I was hanging over the fucking toilet. I was dizzy. I had a headache and I was just panic attack on and off the whole fucking day. When I finally decided to go, and thankfully a friend went with me and that was awesome. Yeah, it was about 10 minutes or so of me crying and panicking and telling this poor nurse, like, I don't agree with this, blah, 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 but this is costing me work and all this. And I really had to psych myself up for weeks leading up to this because, and this was just in November, end of November. So very recent. Most people have been well over a year by now. And on to their third, Anyways, this vaccine. I had to psych myself up and say, like, what problems or what issues have you had in the past from an injection? And I don't do drugs or anything, so we don't have to even fucking touch that. Cool. What problems have I encountered? Has there been anything detrimental to my health or like really caused problems for my mind, like physically, whatever? And other than, your typical like sore arm or feeling a bit nauseous or whatever, I haven't had any really wild effects. It's kind of an irrational fear. When you put it this way, now I'm giving you the entire breakdown there and the passion behind it because the experience. Not a fan. If anybody else has that kind of a phobia, I'd love to hear about it and how you cope, how you deal. If you have to get needles for things and what brings you forth to get them, because ultimately it may be the one thing that's going to look after you or save your life. You never know. And if you're going in for surgery, anyway, I don't like meds. I don't like to take things unless I'm absolutely like sick. I like my body to go through the motions. I like to know that, like if my body's building an immunity, if I'm like going through something, if I contract something and I get through it, it's not just that I'm building up an immunity or whatever. It's that I know that, like my body was meant to handle this. Like I will carry on living and I'll carry on doing things because this is me. This is how my body's taking care of it. And that's how my mind has, pretty much processed this type of thing for many, many, many years now. Yeah, it was kind of like, it's not that attitude, like if I get it, I get it. And if I die, whatever. It's like if I get sick and my body works through it and I do the things necessary to get better and look after myself in the process of whatever I'm going through, whatever illness, disease, whatever, then that's what my body's meant to go through. And fucking good on you, Paige's fucking shell, for looking after me for so many years, especially with the hell I've put it through, So, anyways, so that's just kind of like a summary of like what gives me like crazy panic attacks and having to cope with stuff. But I don't know what to do because I don't know the key cause, the root of my anxiety today. And it's just been like on and off. Panic attack, or I'd have a break and I'd just like go for a walk, or I'd start deep breathing to myself, or I'd pick up a game on my phone. I couldn't even do that. And that's something I have like 4 or 5 games on my phone. And I play 3 of them every day, very regular basis, which don't come for me. I'm a nerd. And I know I can do better things with my time. And I do things with my time. I took my dog for a walk 4 times a day. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm proud of myself. It's better than twice a day. Which, I was just trying to just do it, get out. And, yeah, anxiety. What do you do? How do you cope? I don't want to take meds. I'm not a popping out of van kind of person. That's, I've had that in my past already, and we're gonna go ahead and say no to that. We'll put up a wall for now. Unless it got to the point where I felt I couldn't physically or mentally cope, because it was bad today. it was just like I'd walk around, I was pacing, and then I'd sit down and I would like deep breathe, and then I tried to do meditation, and I was like, oh, maybe I should light a candle. I'm like, oh, maybe I should have a bath. Maybe I should just go for a walk. Maybe I should drink water. Maybe I should have a beer, but I'm not drinking right now. That could also be it too. Like, just a lot of things, and I'm just like, did I have too much coffee? No, I didn't have much coffee. Did I eat enough? No, like I've eaten. I ate food. Like, what is going on? And it's just, I can't, there's just things everywhere, and I can't pinpoint anything to just like, to bring it to a level where I'm capable of actually processing it, you know? So I would love any suggestions anybody might have, how you may try to break down those panic attacks to figure out where they're coming from, where they originate. Yeah, I mean, the only skills that I really didn't do were like radical acceptance, because I don't want to just be like, fuck yeah, I have anxiety, this is great, which, whatever, like, maybe if I would have just been like, I have anxiety, and just little it, now I'm thinking I should have done it. That's always been my least favorite one. Opposite action and radical acceptance. Because you know those are things you're like, I absolutely don't want to do that. If you're like me and you're a little stubborn, little pig-headed, like to do things your own way, like I'm open to things. But first and foremost, if it's going to make me uncomfortable, I'm just like, no, peace. But yeah, I mean, I haven't done pros and cons, which pros and cons of an anxiety attack, or like I need to know what the key cause was in order to figure out the pros and cons for why I feel the way I do. There's a lot of just shit. And I still feel this way into this evening. I'm still panicky, and I don't know why. But I'm hoping any of y'all might have some kind of suggestions, things that you do, any kind of tips you have, maybe meditations you use, apps you've tried that work for you. Yeah, anything. And if it's something I've tried, I don't care. If it's something I've listed on here, I don't care. Just if it works for you, tell me. Maybe in a way that you'll explain it to me and how it actually treated you or worked for you. Maybe that'll make more sense, and I will be able to comprehend it better than when I was trying to do it myself. Because everybody can look at the same word or a scenario and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see that. Like, you and I can watch a movie and we'll get a totally different idea from it. Or like, you know, like we'll have different, like, what is this person's background, or who's the killer, you know, like, and you will interpret things differently than I will, you know, and that's the beauty of humans in life. And we can bounce things off of each other. I like this. We can play off each other, and in turn, hopefully help each other along the way in this crazy fucked up world right now. And that's all I have to say. And I have coffee, and this is probably not the best thing, but this is where I'm at. And I didn't have that much coffee today, so I'm allowing this. And it's unicorn. So how can you not be like, this is great, you know? Anyways, thank you so much if you've made it to the end. Yeah, I have no tips other than, you know, you matter, and take care of yourselves, and whatever you feel that you need to do today to make you happy, or to be like, how am I gonna feel better about my situation? Yeah, just fucking do it. Just do it. You do you. You do you, boo. And yeah, I'll leave my email if anyone wants to reach out. Otherwise, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.